First graders, today you are going to be finishing up your Gayutaku fish prints. And you're going to be finishing them by adding a background for them to live. So my first step, once I have my fish and my water back, is I'm going to go through the drive-thru and grab a big piece of green paper. This is going to become seaweed for my fish to hide in when they're in the water. At my spot, I need to start by cutting out my fish, and I'm going to do what's called a bubble cut. A bubble cut is like there's a little bubble that's going around my fish. I'm not cutting right on that black line. I'm just cutting right next to it. I drew a little bit of a bubble line. If that helps you so you have something to follow, you could try that. Sometimes I just kind of wing it, but that's up to you. I'm going to cut all three of my fish out with a bubble cut. When all three of my fish have a bubble cut around them, I'm ready to kind of think about that seaweed that's going to hide them as they're swimming in the water. Fish kind of like to hide as they swim, or as they live in the water. So I'm going to turn this big long piece of paper into seaweed. So I've turned it landscape style, and I'm going to draw out some wavy lines for seaweed. Keep in mind that whatever you draw, you're going to have to cut. So your wavy lines shouldn't be too crazy. I have some wavy lines that are small and some wavy lines that are tall. That's called variety. After I've drawn out those wavy lines, I'm ready to cut them out. I'm going to have my scissors travel along those wavy lines to create seaweed. When my seaweed is cut out, I'm going to lay it on my paper, and I'm going to make sure first that my name and class code is on the back, because once I have this glued down, it will be a little bit tricky to flip it over. I'm going to try to line up the seaweed, that bottom straight edge, with the bottom straight edge of my water. And I think I might switch it around because I really like that kind of effect at the top instead of the straight painting, so you kind of decide. Alright, when I have it lined up, I'm going to do a sneaky glue. A sneaky glue looks like this. I'm just going to hold it down and lift up one corner, and I'm going to do a dot of glue. And I'm going to press it down and count to 10. I'm going to do this all the way across my seaweed because it would be way too hard to pick the whole thing up and put dots of glue on the back and then try to flip it. So notice how my seaweed stays flat and just one little piece flips up at a time for some dots of glue, and then I lay it flat to press it down. Okay? First graders, please do a sneaky glue on your seaweed today. Before I get too far gluing though, I'm going to think about my fish, and my fish are going to show that element of art, space. How some things are in front and some things are behind. So I did a sneaky glue right across the bottom here, and I counted to 10, and if it didn't quite stick, I might have counted to 10 again. Now I'm ready to weave my fish in and out of the seaweed. So I'm going to go over, and then lift one up, under, over, under. My fish is going to swim through my seaweed. Okay. Ooh, there's lots of sneaky glue happening today. This little guy is going to be down below, and he's going to start with an under and maybe kind of peek his head through like that. And this guy, he might just be right on top right here. Maybe just his tail sticking out. Alright, I need to do some more sneaky gluing. So I pick up the corner of my fish, and I put a dot of glue. Pick up my piece of seaweed, put some dots of glue. When I glue, I count to 10. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure your fish is totally glued down by using sneaky glue dots. When your fish is glued and your seaweed is glued, it is ready for the drying rack. Carry it over flat like a lunch tray, just in case it's not quite dry, and put it as low as you can go. Low, low, low.